Hi there, it's Tracy Daviero from Your VA Mentor. Thank you so much for being with me here today. We are talking about the sales conversation. I have a blog post, and I think I'll try to figure out how to put it on here. Maybe I can link to it on this particular video. And it's one that I refer often to people because the question comes up quite often, what do I say whenever I get somebody on the phone? And so, yeah, I'll link that to you, but that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, super important piece. When somebody calls you and they are doing a consult or a sales conversation or whatever you want to call it, I like to call it a sales conversation because it really is. You need to ask for the sale, right? You need to make sure that you're treating it not just as free information and that kind of thing. I've done a million of these in my 20 years in business, and I'll tell you, it's very easy to get to the end of the conversation and say, okay, let me know if you need my help. Thanks, bye-bye, and not actually ask them. So it's really, really important to be able to devise the sales conversation so it really is helpful for you. And it can be a conversation in person. It can be something on the phone. I'll always do this just because it's a sales call, right? So when you plan, and I have another great video about this as well that I'll also link to this about what to how to use a client checklist. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of videos today. So using a checklist to go through your conversation, but it's really important to plan the flow of your conversation and execute it properly, and then look at the results of your phone calls. Who did you talk to? How did it turn out? What went right? What went wrong? Sales conversation is really important. But when you look at how it went, like I've hung up the phone and I've gone, ugh, it just went terribly. What did I do wrong? You want to do less of that. And when you get a client, you want to make sure that that's allowed. You want to make sure that that you do more of that, okay? And so the sales conversation is really one of the most important pieces of your business because that's the thing that will get the clients to say yes or no on the spot. So when you plan the flow, think about what is it that you need to know from the client. Use the sales call checklist. Like I say, I'll link to that to this particular video. Allow for extra time. I give a 15-minute sales conversation or consult, whatever you want to call it. And you need to make sure that you save some time after that for two reasons. Because either your call might go long, so don't cut them off after 15 minutes is what I'm trying to say. Your call might go longer because you're having a good conversation and you're getting to the point. Maybe it'll take you a little longer to close them. But also, if you do sign the client, or if they do say that they're interested in working with you, then you've got some time on the back end to prepare a proposal for them, to send that over so that it's very fresh in their memory. Always, number 4, ask questions. Make sure that you are in control of the conversation and you are getting the information that you need in order to determine whether you're the person to help them or not, or whether you're able to help them. You want to consider potential objections for whatever they could say, and develop answers for those. That's something that I help my clients with a lot in terms of specific things that people will say on the phone, and being able to move through that and give them the answer to the objection, often before they even bring it up. And always at the end of the call, ask for the sale. I've hung up so many phone calls, not recently, but previously, before I really started thinking about doing this properly, and never asked anybody what they thought. It was just a matter of, or that, so are you ready to go? They were very hard words for me to get out. So I'm always very sympathetic about it. And that's why I really, really try to teach that and really work on it. You need to listen more than you talk. And never rush anybody. You don't want to be on the phone for 90 minutes. That's I've talked to people who have done that too, and they still come away without the client. You don't want to be telling someone how you're going to help them. Like if you start talking, say, about social media, you don't want to get into it and say, well, you should be doing this and this and this. That's the information that you give them whenever they're working with you. But you ask them questions and you let them know, yes, I work with my clients and these are the kinds of things that we do with them. And you can maybe give a few examples, but you want to be careful not to rush them, but not to give them 90-minute consult where they don't need your help at the end of things, okay? Ask very clear and very concise questions. Very important that you don't confuse people whenever you're on the phone. So when you are asking the things that they need, make sure that you've crafted those questions ahead of time. Answer all of their questions very clearly and very completely so that they're not wondering at the end either. If you don't know how to do something, I always think it's better to just be honest and say, that's not really something that I deal with all that often. Either I can figure it out or that's just not my area of specialty. We may have to talk about that a little bit more if we decide to work together. And then number 5, you want to be confident. You are the expert. That's why they're on the phone with you, and that's why they're talking to you. If you know that you can help them, make sure that you get that information across to them and be confident about it. Okay? Yeah, that's a little bit about sales conversation. I could teach this all day, so I'm going to stop there so this video doesn't go too long for you. You can move on to some of the other cool ones that I've got. And yeah, I hope that really helped you out and give you a couple of tips about how to work your sales conversations a little bit better. And I'm Tracy Daviero from Your Via Mentor, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. My son tells me I have to say that. Thanks. Take care. Have a good day.